I get asked thousands of questions about retirement, and one of the common ones is, what's the biggest myth or biggest misunderstanding about Social Security? Because it's such a big part of retirement. And today we're going to talk about that because this is a rule that almost everybody gets wrong, particularly married couples. And I want to talk about what that is because it could cost you up to $1,000 a month in Social Security benefits. But before we do, welcome to the Unretired, where you're not done, but you're finally doing what you want. If you like straight talk about all things retirement, be it finance, health, lifestyle, travel, and just even retirement mindset, please don't forget to like and subscribe this video. That's how we build a community. And a quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. This is for information and education only. Retirement is a very individual situation. Everybody's got totally different financial situations and life situations. So please run your own numbers. And if you can, please talk to a professional advisor or certified financial planner. All right, let's get into the number one myth and the number one misunderstanding about Social Security. And again, this is a misunderstanding that gets passed on by family, friends, coworkers, and sometimes even advisors don't understand this. So this is super important, and this could cost you and your spouse up to $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. And that's the real penalty, is it's not just a one-time mistake. It can go on until the day you both pass. And today, we're gonna fix this in about 7 minutes. So let's cover what it is. First off, let's go over what spousal benefits are. The number one myth is about the 50% rule. There's also a widow benefit confusion as well. Social Security, it's the largest retirement income sources for most retirees. It's also the biggest insurance plan in the country. So decisions that you make about Social Security can literally affect decades of income, not just for one person, but for two people if they're married. And so a small misunderstanding like the one we're going to unpack is a permanent reduction that can literally last the entire. So a small misunderstanding can literally last for the rest of your life. So it's a permanent reduction that could last with you until the day you die. And it's important to understand that even a small misunderstanding about this myth could lead to a permanent reduction in benefits that could affect both you and your spouse for the rest of your lives. So this is a potentially very big financial decision that could be up to $1,000 a month, but when you multiply that over years and decades, it's a big problem. And the other crazy thing about this is it's not an advanced strategy. This is literally a mistake in the basics, literally the basics. So let's say what it is. The most misunderstood part of Social Security is the spousal benefit. Here's the myth. The most common statement you hear all the time is, oh, my spouse will get half of whatever I get, if assuming you're the higher earner. Or if you're the lower earner, I'm gonna get half of whatever my spouse gets. That sounds simple, it sounds logical, you hear it all the time, and sometimes it's right, but in many situations, it's completely wrong. So let me tell you what the correct version. You can receive up to 50% of your spouse's full retirement age benefit, not what they actually collect. Let me unpack those words there. Make sure you understood what I said. You can receive up to 50% of your spouse's full retirement age benefit, your FRA benefit, not what they actually collect. So if you collect at 62 or 70, that is not your FRA age. Your FRA age is 67. In some cases, 66, depending on what year you were born. But for almost everybody, it's 67. And so that's a really key thing. So if you claim early or late, you're not tied to the early number, 62, or the late number, 70. It's literally going to be your FRA age. Now, let's break this into 3 conditions. In other words, we're going to say 3 words that people ignore, and that's eligible. First of all, you must qualify. And this includes ex-spouses. There's another thing about marriage that I get asked a lot about is, what if I'm divorced? Well, if you were married for 10 years, whether you're the man or the woman or whatever, if you were a spouse for 10 years, you are eligible to receive the spousal benefit, even if your ex-spouse is now off and remarried or whatever. You are entitled if you were in a 10-year marriage. But back to eligibility, your spouse must have filed, so that makes you eligible. So those three things. You must qualify. If you were divorced or widowed, if you were married for 10 years, then you qualify and your spouse must have filed. Number two, I said up to 50%. So it's rarely exactly 50%, and the next words or condition is up to 50%. So this number rarely is going to exceed 50%, and it can be reduced if the original claim was claimed early, like at 62, 63, or under full retirement age. And then number three is the full retirement age benefit. So again, I alluded to this before, it's not 62, it's not 65, it's not 70, it's FRA, which is 67 years old for most people. Delaying does not increase the spousal benefit, and this is another really core misunderstanding. People think, oh, I can maximize because I'm going to get 50% of whatever my spouse is getting when they're 70. That's not true. You're getting 50% of your spouse's benefit when they hit FRA, which is 67, not 70. And again, you're going to get 50% of their benefit even if they claim it's 62. So really key to understand that. And let me tell you how it becomes a $1,000 mistake that compounds for the rest of your life. Here's a clear example. Let's say a husband waits until 70 years old and gets $3,000 a month. Well, let's say the wife is assuming because her husband gets $3,000 a month that she's going to get $1,500. Well, that's not how it works. Here's the reality. If the husband is claiming at 70 and he's making $3,000, his likely FRA benefit was $2,200 a month, which means the spousal max is only going to be $1,100. Remember, 50% of the FRA amount, which is $2,200. So the spouse is going to get $1,100 a month. Now, what happens is if they claim early, you're maybe going to get like $800 to $900 of that benefit as well. So it's limited if you go up past FRA, but it's also going to be reduced if you're below FRA as well. But the fraction is going to be based on that FRA age. And so here you can see the lifetime difference could be literally thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, and sometimes even hundreds of thousands if you live for decades beyond retirement. So here's the punchline. If you wait until age 70, it's going to increase your check, but it's not going to increase your spouse's benefit. So as you can see, this myth of the 50% spousal benefit, it can create bad decisions. And these are the two errors that people make regularly. Number one, the lower earner delays unnecessarily. So they may wait thinking that they're going to get more money by seeing their other spouse, wait longer and all that. Number two, sometimes spouses claim in the wrong order, thinking that they're maximizing the spousal benefit of 50%. So you've got to do the timing and the sequencing right. Now, there is a twist to this whole thing, and that's called the widow benefit twist. Another big confusion is my spouse must wait until I'm 70 so I can get the full benefit if they die. Well, survivor benefits follow completely different rules, and everything that we just talked about related to the spousal benefit, different set of rules. So it's based on what the worker actually received, and the widow's age also matters. It's a completely different calculation than spousal benefits, so this is also another area of confusion, and we'll do another video on widow benefits later. The key takeaway is the spousal benefit strategy is not the survivor benefit strategy. They're two different things. So I'm going to wrap all this up, but again, I'm going to ask you to please like and subscribe this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our multi-weekly videos. All right, let's wrap this up. I want to give you a framework that you can remember so that you don't misunderstand these myths and misunderstandings. Rule number one is the spousal benefit is based on FRA always. It's always going to be based on full retirement age benefit, which is 67 for whoever's claiming then. Rule number two, it doesn't grow after FRA, so you don't get any incremental benefit by waiting to claim if your spouse is past 67 and you're eligible to claim after 62. Rule number three, early claiming does reduce it, but it reduces it permanently. And rule number four, survivor benefits are a completely different system altogether. If you follow these four rules, you won't misunderstand how it works and you won't fall for the myth. Remember, this is the most common misunderstanding. Again, I get 50% of my spouse's benefit, and that's not the way it works at all. You get 50% of their FRA benefit. So always remember that key wording. And it's why Social Security planning isn't just a claim at 70 or a claim at 62. There's a lot more strategy that goes into this, and it's truly a coordination decision between spouses. And lastly, if you're married, divorced, and planning your retirement, you need to understand this myth and correct the misunderstanding before either one of you files.